Georgy Konstantinovich Zhukov, born on December 1st, 1896 in Strelkovka, Russia, rose to prominence as one of the most celebrated military commanders of the Soviet Union. His strategic brilliance and leadership during the World War II played a vital role in the Soviet victory over Nazi Germany, securing his place in history as one of the 20th century's most influential generals. Zhukov was born into a poor peasant family in a small village near Moscow. From a young age, he experienced hardship, working as an apprentice furrier to help support his family. His life changed in 1915 when he was conscripted into the Russian Imperial Army during the World War I. Zhukov served with distinction, earning prestigious Cross of St. George for his bravery. After the Russian Revolution in 1917, Zhukov joined the Red Army because of a dedicated member of the Bolshevik cause. His rise through the ranks was steady, fueled by strong organizational skills and military acumen. He served in various roles during the Russian Civil War, including commanding cavalry units, which he honed his leadership skills. During the interwar period, Zhukov gained a reputation for his discipline and tactical innovation. By the late 1930s, he had become a prominent figure in the Soviet military. His first major success came in 1939 during the Battle of Khalkhin Gol, a conflict between the Soviet Union and Japan on the Mongolian-Manchurian border. Zhukov's decisive leadership and the use of combined arms tactics resulted in a significant Soviet victory, earning him the Order of Lenin and the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. This success cemented his reputation as a skilled commander and brought him to the attention of Joseph Stalin. Despite Stalin's widespread purges of the Red Army during the 1930s, Zhukov managed to avoid falling victim to these political purges, likely due to his military competence. When Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union in June 1941, Zhukov quickly became one of the key figures in organizing the Soviet defense. He was appointed chief of the general staff but clashed with Stalin over strategy, leading to his reassignment as a field commander. Zhukov's first major contribution during the war was the defense of Leningrad. He then orchestrated a critical counteroffensive during the Battle of Moscow in late 1941, halting the Germans' advance and marking the first major defeat of Hitler's forces in the war. Zhukov's finest hour came during the Battle of Stalingrad 1942 to 1943, where his planning and the coordination of a massive encirclement operation known as Operation Uranus led to the encirclement of and the eventual surrender of the German Sixth Army. This victory was a turning point in the war, shattering the myth of German invisibility. He also played a leading role in the Battle of Kursk in 1943, which was the largest tank battle in history. Under Zhukov's guidance, Soviet forces decisively defeated the German offensive, further tipping the balance of power in favor of the Allies. In 1945, Zhukov commanded the First Belarusian Front during the final assault of the Berlin. His forces captured the city in May, forcing the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germany. Zhukov personally accepted German surrender on behalf of the Soviet Union, a moment that symbolized his unparalleled contributions to the Soviet war effort. Despite his wartime achievements, Zhukov's post-war career was fraught with challenges. Stalin, wary of Zhukov's growing popularity, sided him by assigning him less influential roles. After Stalin's death in 1953, Zhukov returned to prominence, playing a key role in the power struggle that led to Nikita Khrushchev's rise. Zhukov served as a Minister of Defense from 1955 to 1957, modernizing the Soviet armed forces and maintaining the military's influence. However, his outspoken nature and perceived political ambitions led to his dismissal in 1957. Zhukov spent his later years writing memos and living in relative obscurity too, though he remained a revered figure in the Soviet Union. His memoirs, reminiscences, and reflections offer valuable insights into his military strategies and experiences during the war. Georgy Zhukov died on June 18, 1974 in Moscow. Today he is remembered as the Marshal of Victory, a title that reflects his instrumental role in shaping the course of World War II. His leadership, characterized by a blend of meticulous planning and bold execution, made him a central figure in the defeat of Nazi Germany and secured his place as one of history's greatest military commanders. Statues, museums, and cities named in his honor across Russia and former Soviet states testify to the enduring respect for his contributions to his nations and the world.